Hello, it is a pleasure to welcome you to another Imagine. From its beginning, Imagine has been an experience where business and technology leaders can come together to discover not just better ways of driving higher efficiency and productivity, but also to reimagine their business processes, capturing value at every customer touchpoint, and to create a business model that is future-proof. I am pleased to say that the business momentum of Automation Anywhere is very strong. I am humbled by the positive traction we are seeing throughout the world. At the end of the last fiscal year, our annual recurring revenue experienced very high double-digit growth, fueled by high demands from our Automation 360 cloud platform. The demand is particularly acute in some industries over the last 3 years. For example, our pharma life science business grew by 330%, while our banking and financial service customer base grew by 1,040%. Oil and gas grew by 800%, and the tech sector grew by 1,240%. Today, we support customers in over 90 countries. To all of you who have been part of this journey with us, and those who are joining this journey this year and beyond, you have my sincere thanks. Because of our growth, many of you have asked when we might go public. While I cannot comment on a specific timeline, I can tell you that we will be IPO ready in next couple of months. But more than IPO, I am really excited about the significant market shifts in which Automation Anywhere is leading. There are two large shifts happening in our market, and both of them will define the future of this category. And today, Automation Anywhere is leading it. The first notable market shift is in RPA category is cloud. Today, Automation Anywhere is the only cloud-native RPA solution in the market. There is nothing even remotely close. 2 out of the 3 customers chose our cloud platform last year. Given a choice, most of our new and existing customers are choosing cloud. Cloud-native intelligent automation has unparalleled advantages. When you have a truly cloud-native platform, you are able to deploy hyper-automation far easier. You are able to scale automation throughout the enterprise faster. With Automation 360, customers are able to automate twice the number of business processes, 3 times faster, and at a fifth of the cost of the on-prem platforms. Cloud is the future of RPA because everything is better with cloud. Faster deployments, faster rate of innovation, virtually infinite scaling, resiliency, security, and the fact that people can use it from anywhere. If you are a 50,000 person company and you want every employee to work with a bot, no problem. Cloud can easily scale and deploy to 50,000 users in just days. Imagine trying to deploy on-prem for 50,000 users globally. It's a nightmare compared to the ease of cloud. On the other hand, if you are a small or a mid-sized company, cloud has its advantages. You can get started with a cloud-native intelligent automation platform and build your first bot in 4 minutes or less. On-premise, once seen as a reliable and safe, will swiftly become legacy. Earlier this year, we announced our partnership with Google Cloud. We are excited to be working closely with them to co-develop RPA applications, which will be available in Google Cloud for everyone. This partnership will rapidly accelerate the adoption of intelligent automation for all enterprises. We couldn't be more thrilled with this partnership. Google Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian will be speaking with me about the power of our partnership at Imagine shortly. Stay with us so you don't miss this discussion. The second significant market shift that will define the future of RPA category is our RE solution. RE is our solution that enables every employee to work with bots. It has all the power of AI-powered RPA platform, yet none of the complexity. It makes automation as easy as walking a set of steps. It is empowering every employee with the power of bots, customized to do precisely what they need. Later today, you will hear about a bank who has deployed RE for virtually every employee and many other examples. The power of both the cloud-native RPA combined with RE is truly a category game changer, because cloud instantly scales to millions of users, and RE customizes bots to meet the unique needs of every knowledge worker, making it as easy as following a set of steps. This was not possible before or now with any other solution. Automation 360 is the right platform to lead you into the future. The pandemic has actually increased the pace of digital transformation. But digital transformation has different meaning in different industries. As I speak with thousands of customers and partners, what I hear from them is about 4 important pain points, which are the focus of their digital transformation strategies. And for all 4 of them, intelligent automation is by far the most immediate and impactful cure to these pains today. These 4 most important pain points are: first, returning to growth post-pandemic. Second, improving customer experience, especially when call center wait times are up and capacity has declined. Third, improving employee experience. And fourth, dramatically improving efficiency and productivity. First, enterprises have always been focused on top-line revenue growth. But post-pandemic, the revenue growth focus will be even more acute as corporations try to catch the wave of the pent-up demand. As supply chains recover, output will become unrestrained again. But unless you can scale with the demand with both digitization and automation, it will be difficult to catch the wave of the post-pandemic growth. Automation is essential for growth. It is not just about growth cost savings. Today, hypergrowth is impossible without providing the highest level of customer experience. This has become one of the biggest pain points, magnified even more by the pandemic-era pressures. With the pandemic came a dramatic increase in hold times for customer service calls. Financial hardship-related calls, among the most difficult to handle, increased 2.5 times just within a week. And there were 25% fewer call center agents due to cutbacks and inability to work from home. Intelligent automation can play a pivotal role in dramatically improving customer experience. The third pain points and areas of strategic focus is employee empowerment and employee experience. As a business leader, I can tell you that there is one group of people that solves all of our challenges, and that is employees. Because of pandemic fatigue, employees have had enough. In the post-pandemic world, companies who empower employees with enabling technologies are the ones who will attract the best talent. The one undeniable advantage of intelligent automation, more than any technology breakthrough, is the liberation and empowerment of our employees. Intelligent automation liberates employees from the drudgery of repetitive work they have been doing day in and day out for the last 10 years or more. It is as if they have been the robots. An improved employee experience is also a gateway to an improved customer experience. I would like to welcome Craig Davenport, Senior Vice President of International Operations, IT and Corporate Systems at GM Financials. GM Financials, of course, is a global provider of auto finance solutions with over 9,000 employees. Craig, welcome to Imagine and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Craig, we were just talking about how important it is to empower employees with digital and automation technologies. Tell us about your vision at GM Financials for RPA and how you believe this will impact employees.
You know, that's a great question. What we initially started out at GM Financial is what we always consider the enterprise, the big problems that we currently have that save, hundreds, if not thousands of hours at the enterprise level that require very sophisticated automations. From there, we really started thinking about what about the individual employee? What about their team? How can we get this type of technology to solve the small things that you don't need, 5 developers to deliver over, a 3-sprint period? How can we, as an organization, empower those employees organically to solve their hour a day and let them then focus on things that are really important, like delivering value to our customers?
How are you building more of a groundswell with RPA so that it's inclusive for every employee? What are you doing about it?
That's also a fantastic question. One of the key things that IT doesn't normally do very well is marketing. So we've actually partnered with part of our business to actually market to our team members across the organization. And part of that is getting them excited about solving their own problems. Actually creating a training program where we can invite people who have shown interest in the past into that training program to become what we call citizen developers. We also just recently held a botathon where we actually had volunteers from all over the world, countries that we support today, of technical and non-technical resources, gave them just a little bit of training. And then they sat down, presented to us their business case. They had 3 days to create a bot. And then at the end, we had judges. And of the 16 teams, 9 teams were able to deliver full automations that were candidly very, very innovative. And we were very pleased with how the teams did. We're going to have more botathons as we move forward.
Isn't it amazing when teams from all over the world comes together and you see how amazing people can be if you just allow them to be, to do what they need to do?
Team members are incredibly innovative to solve their own problems.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they're more innovative to solve their own problems than they are to see, big problems that are out there. Eliminating a task that takes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, however long it takes during the week is significant to them. And their innovation, it just comes through with it. And the irony there is they don't have to be technical. They don't have to have, sophisticated bots to solve those problems. But they deliver these things that are important to them, and they really add value and, increases employee morale as well.
You mentioned citizen developers. So these are people who don't have a prior technical education. Is that right? Or how do you define them?
Trying to do is split kind of this citizen bot builder program into 2 pieces. One for technical resources who tend to pick things up a bit quicker from a technology perspective. They're used to doing development, those types of things. And then we have the true citizen bot builder, which is a non-technical resource that we've provided training and support to help them, innovate to solve their problem. I really like the idea of a citizen builder because it really describes the type of employees and team members that we want to access, and we want them solving their own problems.
That's right. Maybe you can share with us your point of view of how people's work life will improve in a long term because of what you are doing today. Give us now and the vision of that future.
Yeah, what's interesting is I think one of the biggest gains that we'll see out of this is morale, right? So things that team members are doing for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is during the week, that they then innovate and they resolve those issues using some sort of automation. I think what you're going to see is an instant morale improvement, and then you're going to see them look to utilize that time across things that are value add, whether it's servicing our customers, whether it's servicing their customer. Maybe it's an enablement group like of HR, finance, or some sort of engineering function, or data analysis or something like that. I think if you can improve those things and then they can focus on things that are value add, I think you're going to see a lot of not only their morale improve, but the interactions they have with other departments.
Craig, there are more than 25,000 people listening to us right now. What message you would leave them with from your own experience of leading this transformation?
I think the message that I would like to convey most is it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of thought. It takes governance, something that you don't really think about, right? When all of a sudden you create a bot that supports some sort of process that requires significant governance. So something to think about there as well. It takes governance, and it's not as complex as it can be as complex as you want it to be, or it can be as simple as you want it to be. You have to define what the future is for you, and allow team members to be innovative. Allow them to explore. Allow them to solve their own problems, because they know what their problem is much better than you do.
That sounds like a great place to end. Thank you so much, Craig. I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
The fourth pain point and strategic focus is improving efficiency and productivity. When intelligent automation is as easy to deploy and scale quickly across the enterprise, organizations benefit from unprecedented efficiency and productivity. This is not just about cost reduction. It is about setting a course for becoming a more responsive, more nimble business. I am pleased to have with us today Richard Harding, Intelligent Automation Director at Jaguar Land Rover, to talk more about the efficiency and productivity initiative at JLR. Richard, welcome to Imagine.
Thanks, Mihir. It's great to be here. Thank you. Lovely to meet you as well.
Richard, could you tell us about the key initiative at JLR, specifically in driving higher level of business efficiency and productivity?
Yeah, I mean, JLR unfortunately, for a good 2 or 3 years, we've had a big drive around efficiency, productivity, particularly how we manage cash. A lot of that is the economic circumstances and also obviously the horrendous COVID pandemic. A key part of that has been, if you like, the growth in awareness and opportunity around automation. Even sort of 2 years ago, I took a proof of concept to our chief financial officer, and he's been fantastic. He really got it straight away around this could be something that really drives efficiency. So, a long story short, the automation team and the automation capability, particularly originally for us, RPA, pure RPA, but moving forward a whole different capability with you guys actually. We've delivered a lot of efficiency and a lot of benefit for the business. I think the key thing though for me, Mihir, is that RPA is not seen as a threat to the workers. Yeah. So I'll come on to that a little bit later, but the way we've delivered efficiency and the way we've kind of had that momentum is as much about how we've engaged with the business as opposed to what we've actually done. And it's really, really important. So perhaps we'll touch upon that shortly.
I see. Sounds like it is a top-down initiative at JLR with your CFO sponsoring it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess initially it was myself and 2 or 3 fantastic people in the team doing a proof of concept with some seed funding. But as I say, very quickly we realized we were onto something. We delivered 2 or 3 really good use cases, and they were cross-functional. Went to the CFO and our HR director. Yeah. They're both on the main board members. They've been fantastic. They got us to the main board of management. We came up with a proposal. we got the investment, and it's really sort of snowballed from there. And I think a key thing, I mean, if anyone knows our Chief Financial Officer, Adrian Mardell, he's fantastic. But Adrian will back you if you deliver what you say you are going to do. So, we kind of did phase one, give us this, we will deliver this. Then we've gone back and demonstrated we've delivered it. And then you ask for phase two, and then you get that credibility and that momentum. And I think that kind of self-funding, self-fulfilling prophecy has really worked well. And we've had amazing sponsorship. I think more recently, we've got a new chief executive officer, Thierry Boulier, and he is incredibly digitally literate. And, I've had the pleasure of meeting him a number of times, and we now have more sponsorship from the top than you could almost wish for, which is fantastic. It gives us a real platform. We've created a digital business unit, which intelligent automation is a key part of, and we've got huge ambitions, huge targets, and a huge level of confidence and sponsorship that we will deliver. No question.
Yes, it sounds like you have measurable objectives set along the way to measure what you are achieving. Are you able to share how you have set up those and in what time frames?
Yeah, so I guess two things to say, really. I mean, clearly, as I alluded to, the return on investment and making sure that any investment that we incur, we pay back at least 3-4 times, ideally up to 10 times, and we've started to do that. We've split it into waves. The first wave, second wave. We're now onto the third wave. So far, we will have delivered at least £50 million of financially verified benefits.
That is awesome.
And that's in addition to, if you like, the benefits of the people who are no longer doing the mundane things. What else are they then doing for the company, the workforce experience? I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. What I would say, Mihir, is a key thing, though, is how we've ensured that finance measure the benefits. Because it's no good us saying we've saved £1 squillion or $1 squillion if no one believes you. So I think getting finance on board is really, really important.
You are absolutely right. It's so important for business and finance in specific to recognize these benefits and acknowledge them. And then, as you pointed out, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, funds itself. Richard, one of the things I have often found is executive sponsorship is so critical for transformation. What role has that played in JLR in achieving your automation ambition?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've probably touched on this, a couple of minutes ago, but absolutely key. I mean, particularly JLR is moving away from this, actually, which is good, but it's traditionally been a very, very hierarchical organization. So you kind of need the tops down sort of endorsement to really get somewhere. And we've had that in spades. To be fair, we've earned that and we've deserved that, but I think it's really helped open the doors. Right now, we're not relying on that anymore. It's almost like people are converted. They realize the potential, and we have people coming to us rather than us trying to sell it.
Right.
Initially, we were selling it using the executive endorsement to try and open those doors, if that makes sense. So a bit of an evolution, but where we are now, it's almost funny enough what Adrian and I discussed 3 years ago. You will end up having people queuing at your door was a discussion we had, and that's where we are now, which is tremendous.
That's fantastic to hear. You earlier alluded that you had to explain to people to make sure they see this not as a threat to humans and their jobs, but you had to position it the right way. Tell us more about that.
I think for me, that's been the most critical thing that we've done for our success, second to probably the executive sponsorship, if you like. We didn't want to be a threat, the Grim Reaper coming to take people's jobs away, because as soon as we were that, the doors would shut and we wouldn't be successful. And it was quite a philosophical discussion with finance early on around how we do this. What we ended up agreeing, and it was a lot of external benchmarking that the team and I did, to make sure that the benefits were real, but we weren't taking people's jobs away. So, unfortunately, like any big organization, we have budget challenges, we have headcount challenges, we have headcount cuts. What we agreed with finance was any budget cuts is between finance and the business units. We're not part of that. What we're able to do is come along and offer a free of charge service to the businesses to say, look, we will help you deliver the workload that you have with the fewer heads or the less money you have. Come and let us help you. But what we ask you to do is measure the efficiency that we have delivered for you in terms of full-time equivalent headcount benefits. So we call it capacity liberation. So we may deliver, I don't know, a digital workforce that saves 200 people's worth of time. That doesn't mean we're losing 200 people. That's for the central finance guys to arrange. But what we are doing is freeing up 200 people's worth of time so that those 200 people now have time to do more highly valuable things rather than doing the mundane spreadsheet Excel things that clearly the automation and the robots can do for them.
Fantastic. What do you think the art of the possible is for hyper-automation at JLR? You mentioned you're thinking beyond RPA.
Yeah, I mean, clearly we're now working really closely with you and your platform, as well as a number of other capabilities. We've created a tech stack that we believe is the best hyper-automation tech stack out there. We would say that, wouldn't we? So clearly, Automation at the absolute heart of that. We've got clearly RPA, we have read and interpret, NLP, all the usual things. We have process mining, we have smart workflow, and we have a fantastic analytics capability. And blending all that creates what we believe to be a really good hyper-automation platform. Because we've worked absolutely hand in hand with our core IT team, we're endorsed, we're part of the IT landscape. That's critical. We're not a threat to IT. Because we've now set up an digital business unit, we have the sponsorship from our CEO and the board. Honestly, I think it's limitless. We've already committed to deliver £100 million in the next 12 months. I thought that was a real stretch when I stupidly committed it. I am now incredibly confident that we will deliver that and more.
Thank you, Richard, so much. We'll be with you in every step of the way in your hyper-automation journey. And thank you for joining us today.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I have the most important announcement for our 2,000 plus valued partners in the history of Automation Anywhere. Today, partners are using our RE solution to customize automation to meet the exact needs of specific departments or users. Take an example. Automation Anywhere partner Recode Solutions is using RE in a solution which is created for Comps, a regional retailer based in Texas. Using RE, their 70 plus contact center agents have reduced average call handling time by 80 seconds. Take another example. Another partner, TaskUs, is leveraging RE to automate and re-engineer call flow verification stages and dramatically reducing errors and fraud. Their solutions are also improving call center team collaboration, which improves the customer experience. Any software changes how you work. That is not new. But every 100 to 200 years, civilization takes a huge leap and changes the very definition of work itself. We are on the edge of witnessing that, leading it. During times like this, looking at the future through the lens of the past is not good enough. We are witnessing such a moment again. This time we are leading our organizations through it. Many of us here know that 1 billion knowledge workers will work with a bot. Any one of us who has seen a knowledge worker doing something with a bot and someone doing the old manual way knows there is no comparison. For those of us who are privileged to know this today, know that the potential of this category is far bigger. At this pivotal moment, we must pave the way. As leaders, it is our obligation to lead our companies to a level of performance never before achieved until now. Failure to do so will leave our companies behind, way behind. This is the time to empower every employee with RE on a cloud-native automation 360. There is a lot to discover at this Imagine experience. Enjoy the programs we have planned for you. Thank you.